So how the hell do they make butter spreadable? Let's find out. G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Sam's Home Kitchen, where I bring to you budget-friendly recipes with sustainability in mind. So this week, it's not exactly a recipe, but we're going to explore how the hell they make butter spreadable. How do they make a block of butter that is hard as rock, turn it into something that is spreadable that you can just slap on your bread? If you come a little bit closer, now I'll come to you. But essentially on the bottom of the spreadable butter, the ingredients is actually listed as 78% fat content, 64% butter, 26% canola oil, and then we got others like lactic culture, salt, vitamin D. So the truth is this is not 100% butter, which explains a lot. You add butter that is harder at single digit temperature to something like cooking oil that will still be liquid when it's in the fridge. So that's kind of how they balance out. Every single type of spreadable butter, they have to come in these plastic containers, and if we can make this at home, that means less of these get produced and we can save a lot of stuff that goes into landfill. Cherry on top, we'll work out whether or not it's worth it, how much money we can save by doing these simple steps at home. That is what I want to say, and let's jump right into it.
Okay, to make spreadable butter, we're keeping it simple with just 2 ingredients. I saved the plastic tub from previous purchases, but you can use any container of your choice. All we need to know is the volume of the container. Next, a block of butter. Either salted, unsalted, or unsalted would do just fine. As you can see, this is hard and straight out of the fridge. To make it softer, we'll just need some neutral tasting cooking oil. I got some canola here, but standard vegetable oil or sunflower oil will work just fine. I would stay away from olive oil due to the stronger flavor. Just 2 ingredients and that's it. We're starting with the start of the show today, which is butter. Unwrap the block of butter as you do. I don't think we need much instruction here. And now we do a little bit of math. We want to work backwards from the volume of the container to know how much butter is needed. The tub I got is 250 mils. So I put in 250, times that by 0.64, which is the percentage given on the top we saw earlier. Works out to be 160 grams. Replace the 250 with the volume of your container to work out how much you need. I then cut up the still solid butter and put it into the mixing bowl. Don't do that. Cut them into small chunks if you can, and we want 160 grams of butter. Wrap up the rest and put it away in the fridge before it gets what did my high school bully call me? Too soft. And now we let the butter sit in room temperature for 20 to 30 minutes or until it's soft. When it's soft like butter, sorry, I think this is the last pun, we can move on to the next step. Put our mixing bowl with butter on a scale. Deduct 250 by the 160 grams of butter we already put in. That gives us 90. We're now going to add in 90 grams of neutral oil. Now we got both of our ingredients in, grab a whisk and start mixing it up. Start by breaking up the butter into smaller chunks and start whisking. If your butter is still slightly solid, it will appear grainy like what you can see here, but trust in the process my friend and keep whisking. It will smooth out in the end like this, I promise. Here is where I kind of messed up for the tiniest bit. Notice the color here appeared to be more on the paler side. I whisked it a little bit too much and incorporated too much air, probably because I was carried away filming this. It just bulked up the volume, but the flavor and texture is unchanged. Now everything is whisked through and consistent. Give our whisk a smack on the side of the bowl to shake off as much as possible. Grab our container and our trusty spatula and start filling the tub. I love using my silicone spatula for jobs like this where it just gets into the corners and help me reduce my wastage to minimum. I managed to get all of the butter into the container, but given a few taps doesn't appear that I'm able to put a lid on. So lessons learned here is to either not over whisk it, or when calculating, take 10% off the ingredients to make sure that all will fit in. But anyway, I transfer a tat into a different container and crisis resolved.
Everybody stay calm.
What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
Stay calm!
Wait.
And always make sure we scrape our bowl clean. Tough times like this, we save where we can. Put our lids on, and here they go in the fridge. What you're seeing here is the solidified form of the butter that we just made. Tell you a secret, instead of using a butter knife, give teaspoons a try and thank me later. The curve on the back of the spoon is just perfect for condiment spreading. Look how spreadable the butter is. Our cost breakdown is as below. 160 grams of butter at $12.80 a kilo equals to $2.04.8. 90 grams of canola oil at $3.40 a kilo equals to 30.6 cents. We just made 250 grams of spreadable butter for $2.35. That is about half the price of the tub if bought brand new.
Alright, and there we have it. In a few simple steps, that's how we make butter spreadable, and there's no better combination than bread and butter. As cliche as it is, I'm going to dig in and just let you know if it tastes any different than store-bought spreadable butter. In all honesty, I cannot tell the difference apart from this butter is unsalted versus the tub that do add additional salt into the butter. Really look at it, every time we make a tub of butter like this from scratch, we save one plastic tub from being manufactured and purchased, and all these all add up. And if we can spread this video, if we can have more influence on more people, think about how much carbon footprint and how much of the landfill that we can save from our Mother Earth. I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned something. I really hope you give this a try. This is so easy. Everyone can do it at home. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.